Hi, well it's about 10 to 9 here on Sunday after the race. And well, where do I start? The race today was very, very eventful. Lots of things happening in the GT class. And it started off pretty good for Jan and I. Followed Jan into turn one, managed to get the jump on the Ferrari, and we basically held first and second for about the first, I don't know, sort of 40 minutes or so, maybe an hour. Running nose to tail. The Ferrari was close, but we kept sort of losing him in traffic, and then he'd catch us slightly when we got free again. But when it came to the very sort of first caution that we could really pit on, I came in just for fuel and tyres and got back out in front of the sister car, but the Ferrari and the BMW didn't stop for tyres, and so they beat us out. And so following the pace car around and go for the restart, and I come up behind the BMW going into turn one, and I try to go to the inside of him. He squeezes me a little bit, and David Brabham's in front of me in the Patron Highcroft Acura car, and I leave my braking too late, and I make a very stupid move, very daft, crazy move, and I have to take to the sand on the inside, and then I can't stop the car, and I hit two other cars and pretty much take us out of the race. Did a lot of damage to the front, a lot of bodywork damage, as well as a right upper control arm, I think it was, and had to manage to get the car back to the pits after a very slow lap, but I had to come into the pits when the pits were closed. So I then got, once the guys had done an amazing job in getting the car fixed in about 15 minutes, we'd only lost about 5 or 6 laps, which was amazing. Got the car back out, but then I had to serve 2 penalties, one for pitting under the pits being closed, and then another penalty was for avoidable contact. So I really got my comeuppance there, and we ran around for the rest of the race, and it was all looking, well, not fantastic. Olivier did have a bit more contact with a P car, I think one of the Dyson cars, so he had to pit extra for that. It was getting a very, very exciting race right at the front. It basically came down to Jörg Bodmeister being in the Porsche and Jan being in the Corvette, and they were racing really hard, and Jan had just caught him with only maybe about 5 minutes to go in the race. He managed to get past him once, but Jan had used a little bit of the pit lane road to get by him, so he was told he had to go back by. And then it came down to the very, very last lap and the very last corner, and there was a bit of contact between the two of them, and they were then racing a drag race from the last corner up to the finish line, and there was bumping and bumping and bumping, and Jan got turned into the wall on the right hand side at about 130 mile an hour and went straight in the wall, and he's done a huge amount of damage to the car, and I think he's hurt himself a little, but he's okay. He's gone off to the hospital to get checked, but it was a huge accident. And you know, as always with these situations, there's a huge amount of accusations flying around, and it's just a real mess and a horrible way for the season really to finish, you know. It was all such great racing in GT2, and now we've got this rather sort of horrible end to it. And just glad Jan's okay, but there's a very hurt 3 car, so they're going to have to really work at fixing that. So great shame it finished that way. Anyway, I'll give you another one of these when we've done some testing at Atlanta, I think in about a month's time. So yeah, I'll speak to you then. Thanks a lot, bye bye.